Now, this is the part that you should focus on for your exam. The ACCA Code of Ethics. First of all, if we go back to this idea of professional bodies. The ACCA has its own code of ethics. You also have the IFAC code of ethics. The IFAC, guys, do you remember regulation, very first section? It's the International Federation of Accountants, which is the big global organization which covers all the different chartered accountant bodies around the world, and ACCA is just one of them. So let's go to the actual 5 pillars of the ACCA Code of Ethics. There are 5 pillars. Let me do it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first one, integrity. Which means being truthful, being honest. All right, so when you become an ACCA member, you have to follow the code of ethics in your professional life, personal life. For as long as you are an ACCA, you have to abide by this code. So you have to be truthful, you have to be honest. You can't lie. Second one is objectivity, which means no conflict of interest. So when you are servicing client, you cannot have a conflict of interest. You cannot sell him something in the back or own shares and not say about it. Objective, independent, right? Objectivity means also being independent. You do not have skin in the game. You do not have financial interest into an outcome. Okay, next one is to be professional competence and due care. So I'm just going to say competence. You have to keep up to date. So 20 years later, let's say you pass all your exams today, 20 years later into the future, your skills will not be as current anymore, will not be very relevant anymore. So every year you have to continue to study. You do what's called CPD, Continued Professional Development, 40 units every year, where you go to seminars, you look at a book, read a book, you do an online course, and then you record 40 units every year to show you're continually learning and staying up to date with the finance industry. Confidentiality. And this sounds easy, but it's not. You have to keep your client's information private. And especially as an accountant, remember, they will give you their passport number, they will give you their bank account details, they will give you their bank statement, they will give you all their details. So it's your responsibility to keep it private, secure, safe from hackers. All of these things, it's on your shoulders. You're responsible for their private information. But if they are doing something fishy, if they're doing criminal activities, or they're involved in some sort of misrepresentation, criminal activity in general, there is a couple of ways you can go around the confidentiality. Of course, you can then give that information to the police, to the authorities in case of a court case, or even if it is in the public interest at large, you can publish it, right? if it's in the public interest. But remember, confidentiality, you have to keep your clients' information private. Why? Because they trust you with that information. And the last one is professional behavior. And this one is do not bring shame on other ACCA members. And they say it like this: do not discredit the profession. And I'll give you an example. Let's say you become an ACCA member, you're qualified, you finish your exams, and you work in an accountancy practice. And on the weekend in your private life, you go to a nightclub and you start being very drunk and you start, I don't know, dancing on the tables in the nightclub and having some sort of not very good behavior. Let's say you know, I don't know, whatever, you're very drunk in a nightclub and people taking pictures of you. And suddenly you're kind of trending online and everybody's sharing that picture of you in the nightclub that there was this crazy guy. Now, it's then people learn that you're an ACCA member. What happens is that all the other ACCA members in the world are losing their reputation because of you, right? You're bringing everybody, all the other ACCA down because of your behavior. But the other ACCAs, they didn't do anything wrong. They were actually very professional. They didn't do things like that. So that's what we mean here. Professional behavior. Do not bring shame to other people in the profession.